evening, 7 o'clock, time for some Toy Tuesday. We got a few cool things we're going to check out tonight. Bought a whole bunch of stuff this weekend, 2 or 3 boxes of toys. So just going to get started on them tonight. Too much cool stuff to try to cram them all into one night. And plus, I haven't even actually gone through it all yet. So I actually had it all in one pile. I grabbed a few things and threw them up here on the counter to check out. That's what we're going to check out tonight. So going to stick with some toy guns and some toy trains tonight. But this weekend, I got toys, tin toys, cast iron toys, race sets, oil cans, comic books. What else is there? Some dealership memorabilia, all kinds of cool stuff. David W. is here with us. So I got the next probably 3 Toy Tuesdays lined out just from this 3 or 4 arm loads I picked up this weekend. So we'll check some of that out and start off tonight with some of these toy guns. These things were really cool. Lee from New York's here. I seen them laying. I was like, man, those are awesome. They're just a really neat looking gun. So then I started looking at them a little closer. That's right, Bill. I'm not going to shoot anybody, Bill. And then they got really cool because they are actually original, I'm guessing 50s era Buck Rogers guns. And there's 2 of them. One works, one doesn't, but they're still super cool. And then we're going to get into some trains. These trains, I haven't even really looked at them yet. Randy's here. John's on. It was like a beer flat. Doug's here with us. And of Cast Iron Toys. Peter from Oz. And so actually I kind of dumped part of the box out and left the trains in there since we'll focus on the trains tonight. And I actually really haven't even looked at these things that close. Johnny Z's on. So you're going to get to check them out with me. So let's start off with some of these Buck Rogers pistols. Jeff from Ottawa's on. Kevin L. Teaching over the end of January. I get to tune in on Tuesdays. Perfect. Glad you're here, Kevin. At least you get to hang out with us for a while on Tuesdays now. So let's go ahead and check out these Buck Rogers pistols, and then we'll check out some trains. And depending on how time goes, maybe we will get to a few of the other pieces tonight as well. But starting off with the Buck Rogers Disintegrator. These things are so neat. And I don't know how well you guys can make out the writing in these things, if it's coming out clear on the camera or not. But it says Buck Rogers over here. Buck Rogers from the 21st century, 25th century, trademark. Buck Rogers, 25th century, Disintegrator, Daisy Manufacturing Company, Plymouth, Michigan, with the patent numbers. David likes it. Yeah, I think these things were great. Randy likes it. Everybody likes this thing. The only thing that is better than this gun right here, this one doesn't work, unfortunately. The trigger is wonky on it. But obviously, a lot of you guys have the exact same reaction that I did when I first saw the Disintegrator this weekend. But I did a little more looking, and I also found the Atomic Pistol. Oh, yeah. I got 2 of them. Exact same thing. They both say Buck Rogers on them. Just this one says, I don't know if you guys can make it out, this one says Atomic Pistol. They're 10, actually. These are 10 guns. They're not pop metal. They are 10. That one says Atomic Pistol. This one says Disintegrator. Other than that, they are basically the exact same gun. Except this one works, which is even cooler. Oh, yeah. So you can see why I was so excited as soon as I seen these things. Definitely a 50s era science fiction ray gun type looking pistols. 10 toys, licensed Buck Rogers pieces. Like I said, I wish they both worked, so I could shoot them both. The trigger pull's kind of tough, but I just have to shoot one of them. But still neat. Mike from Texas is here with us. You got to pull her all the way back before she pops. But super cool ray gun era. Number 1's here. John is beyond geeking out. Well, now you know how I felt when I found the pair of Buck Rogers pistols. The Atomic Pistol and the Disintegrator at the same time. Makes for a good day. So, and like I said, that was just a part of the toys, but that was a good start because I actually saw the Disintegrator first Was a little disappointed when I grabbed it and the trigger didn't work. Still thought it was super cool. Then I found the atomic pistol and it did work. And I was like, all right, that is a win of a day there for Cool Toys. Like I said, they are literally pretty much the exact same thing with the exception of the stamping of the name. I mean, even the Buck Rogers stamps are all the same. Just one says Atomic Pistol and one says the Disintegrator. So, obviously, pretty neat day. These from the new auction you popped in on. No, these actually, both of these, as well as, actually this whole pile I bought the other day. I've got a friend here in my area who is an antique dealer, but he is primarily more like household type stuff, decorator type stuff, furniture like the old chippy wood, glassware, interior design. Interior design is kind of his forte. So he's really good at a lot of that stuff, which means he isn't quite as interested in this stuff. I mean, he knows it's worth something, so he grabs it. And he also knows that he's got a sucker for stuff like this. Johnny Z says the Disintegrator needs a new spring, okay? We'll have to look into that and see what it takes to get this thing apart. Because it is pressed steel. To get it, maybe you could be very right, it just needs a spring. So when he finds this stuff, he calls me, and I got to go check it out. And sometimes I find stuff like this, which is pretty exciting. But he's actually found me some pretty good signs over the years. And like I said, he knows what the stuff is worth. So it's not like I get it for free, but he knows I'll pay fair money for it. He goes to a lot of these big shows like in Texas and things like that. And, he knows if he can get fair money out of me and he don't have to haul it to Texas, he just sells it to me. So it works out pretty good, and I end up with cool stuff. So I'm always excited about that. And then when I get into stuff, like when I got into the barn this summer where we got those oil cans out of, where that little dune buggy came out of, since we buy different things, I took him with me. Or, I called him, had him follow me up there, and all the stuff that he buys, the decorator stuff, the wood, the furniture, the gates, the wrought iron, all that type of stuff, he got a great load there too. So we work back and forth together because we do the same thing, only different versions of it. And he also found Buck Rogers guns. So anyway, what else do we got? Some trains. So let's get to this box of trains, and then we'll see where we're at on time and see if I grab anything else out of these piles that I got from him. Are the inverter outputs in phase with the inputs? That I don't know, because I've had these things for 2 days. So that's what I know about them. I know this one pops, and they say Buck Rogers on them, and they look cool. Anyway, let's check out some trains. Because like I said, I haven't even looked at these trains really yet. I just seen they were cool. So I grabbed the box of cast iron. And they weren't all trains, but there were some trains as well as some trucks and some other stuff. So we'll get into some more of this cast iron later. I do not know a ton about cast iron. I really don't. I am guessing these are original, but I don't know. There's been so much of this cast iron reproduced over the years that it's hard to say. But maybe some of you guys know more about cast iron than I do. But we'll start off with the locomotive. And here is our locomotive out of this train set of cast iron. Like I said, I don't know a lot about it. A lot of this stuff was reproduced. And I don't know it well enough to know what the differences are. But like I said, some of you guys might know. Let me grab a tape measure so that we can go over these, get a little better idea on these trains. This engine is about 6 inches long. And it's about 3 inches high. And like I said, it looks old enough, but a lot of this cast iron stuff was not extremely detailed, and it is easy to age. But I see a lot of signs that lead me to believe it could be original, but I really don't know. So there's the first part of this train. And there's some other cars here, and I have no idea if any of this stuff goes together or not or anything. So we're just going to check them out. I'm going to look at the gauges on some of these. This is all gauged together. These are all the same gauge. So I think we're going to keep, I think this might be a set. So let's go to another one of these cars. This is a number 402. When I say gauge, I'm looking at the width of the wheels. I think that's how they do train gauge. And the front wheels on the engine match these cars. So there's a possibility that these could be with them as one set. This car 402, this is not chipped up or broken either. Like I said, once again, this looks aged enough to lead me to believe that it could be original, but I'm just not that good on these cast iron toys. It does hook to the engine though. The next car in this set, car 403. Once again, it looks like a passenger type car. Good condition. Wheels are still there. Frank's here with us. Not chipped up or broken. And really in pretty good shape. There again, to my limited knowledge, I think it could be original. Let's hook it to the unit as we move it forward. And on to the last car, the caboose, number 404. Once again, good condition. Is it bolted or riveted? I can't really tell, Bill. It's got a brazing spot on the bottom of that one, just like one of the other ones did. But I really can't tell. It looks like it's welded, actually, Bill. I mean, those appear to be welds, and that looks like what holds it together. So I'm not really sure, but I mean, obviously, Bill, you know way more about toys than I do, so you might be able to clear some of that up for us. Don't care if it's repop or not. It's that cool. Well, that's another way to put it too. It is that good. It does have a great look to it. It is a very beautiful train. It is, every piece of it is cast iron. Billy Bowman's on with us. And number 404, so obviously that goes right behind 402 and 403. Completing our little train set. Whoops, crashed and burned. And something I didn't notice on the engine until just now, since I started looking at it again, since we've got our series 401, 401, 402, 403, and 404. So this has to be a full set for this particular little train. So, like I said, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's repop. I don't know a thing about it. I've got a little bit of cast iron, not a ton, but I thought that was super cool. And there again, I didn't even know it was a set until we literally just dumped it out and looked at all the numbers. The caboose would have been welded, but how about the longer cars? Well, let's look, Bill. We're all hanging out and checking them out. Let's see what they show. There are no bolts or rivets on these cars either. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see inside of there, but it looks like these are welded together as well. So I really don't know. I mean, I'm hoping some of your expertise can help us, Bill. Looks like they had green around the windows and black body, but these look like these units were welded all the way through. And let's look at the engine one more time while we're discussing that. And here we can see very clearly on the engine how they were welded up inside of there. So all of these units appear to be welded. So I don't know if that makes it more confusing or less confusing, Bill, but regardless, it's a pretty cool old train. 401, 402, 403, followed up by our little caboose number 404 on the cast iron train. Now, I don't have a lot of information about it because I just unboxed it with you guys. So now that I can see what I've got, try to maybe do a little bit more research on it, or maybe Bill may have the resources to just boom instantly be able to tell us, exactly what it is, but or be able to find out pretty quickly what it is. Regardless, it's a pretty cool piece. Jim's digging it. A lot of you guys thought it was pretty cool, and it is neat. Like I said, I have not dumped this stuff out of the box yet till just now. So we all got to experience that together as I took it out of the box, and it just kind of all fell together. They were literally numbered and all went together. So pretty excited about that. How about that? We'll throw one of those in there too. Ryan and Amy are digging it. I just kind of like doing that. Now, there's actually a few more train pieces in here. Once again, do not know a thing about them. We're going to look at them together. So, let's go. And these are just two cars. There's not an engine or anything with these. So, I don't know a thing about these either. But we're going to look at them. They are cast iron. These might be new. I don't know. But Bill might be able to help us with them. The New York Central Hudson Railroad. And this is just a car. John wants to come over and play. Well, that's good. I hope we're getting some good toys to check out. These are bigger. This car here is 9.5. It's a wider gauge on our trucks. 3.5 tall from the bottom of the wheels. But it says New York Central on it. Hudson Railroad. This is 1086. This one was blue on top, and I'm sure this has been repainted. It looks too good. So, and there again, this may be a newer piece. There again, I don't know a thing about it. All I do know is I've got two of them. Yep. These are essentially the same thing. Same numbers, same casting. Bill, I have a lot of cast iron in my area, and it's not ringing a bell. That's why I thought it would be riveted or bolted. That he said it is early though. So, well, maybe we're all going to learn something. We'll maybe that's something we can work on for next week. Maybe we can try to figure out what the heck the train is. So, these cars here, the New York Central Hudson Railroad, there again, don't know much about them. These have both been painted. Obviously, this one's all blue. This one is cream and blue. They're neat pieces. Don't know how early these are. They are definitely different. They are definitely bigger and have had some restoration work done. But they're still neat train pieces. I just don't know much about them either because we just looked at them. I didn't even know they said New York Central on them until I just picked them up. So John says I can just ship it to him. He doesn't care. So we've got those two, and that's all I've got. I don't have anything else to go with those. So the cool piece is our little cast iron train as well as our Buck Rogers guns. But real quick, we didn't give you the dimensions on all these just so you have an idea. We looked at this one and it's 6 inches long. The passenger cars, which are the same other than the number, is the blue one riveted and the white one have a screw on the top edge. Dennis is here with us. Blue one riveted. I honestly can't tell how they're put together. Oh, they are riveted. That is exactly right. This looks like a screw, but it's actually a rivet. They are riveted. Both of these are riveted right here in the middle. That's what they're held together with. This rivet isn't quite smashed as much as this one. It has a little bit more profile. These are all sunk in there pretty good. This one did not get smashed that well, but these are riveted, so. But our passenger car for this little train, these are 8 inches. And the caboose is 6 like the engine. Bill Disk is here. So let's put it all together and we'll see how big the whole thing is. Get them in order: 401, 402, 403, and our caboose at number 404. Once we get them all hooked together as one unit, ready to go down the track, We're about 26 and a half. Joe thinks they're real. Like I said, I don't know. I just think they're neat. There's, like I said, there were some other cool toys, some other cast iron, some other tin in the box. I just bought actually that whole box and half of another box that was laying next to it. And that's what we've got. So like I said, we all learned together because I bought this stuff Sunday morning, and these literally have not been out of the beer flat until just now. So they were in here when I bought them, and they've been in there until we just pulled them out. So that's what we've got for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the little train set, and I think we all enjoyed the Buck Rogers atomic pistol and the Buck Rogers disintegrator. Come on, go. It's not going now. You got to get it all the way back. So, the Buck Rogers pistols, the Hudson badges on the desk, and the little train set. So, that's what we've got for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed it because I hadn't even dug this stuff out of the box yet. I've been playing with the pistols. I will admit I've been playing with the pistols. But the train, all that cast iron was in the box. I figured we were going to spend a few minutes on the trains. I didn't realize we were going to spend this much time on them. So I just literally grabbed the other toys and put them in a different pile for next week because I thought in case we got into this took some time, which it ended up doing, then we've got the next surprises for next week. So we'll check those out next week. For this week, that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Train was super cool. The Buck Rogers pistols were cool. And these other train cars, I don't know much about them, but I'll have to do a little bit of research. But, hey, for next week, let's see if anybody else can come up with some more info on the train. John liked it. I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm glad we're having fun. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying some of the toys and memorabilia that I do find and do come up with. So, but like I said, we've got cool stuff coming yet. What else did I get for Toy Tuesday? Race car, slot car track, oil company slot car track. What are the round signs near the bow tie? Skelly's. Skelly Tagoline and Skelly Aeromax. Oil cans, big square oil can. Those are cool. The big, like, 2-gallon squares. Got one of them. Yeah, 2-gallon squares. Tin toys, cast iron toys, comic books, pins, dealership memorabilia. Another racetrack set. I'm going to let you in on a secret of what's coming up. Because I'm kind of excited about these because I've never found any originals. I've got a couple of these. We're going to get into them. Like I said, these are the first originals I found. From the 60s. Old cartoons. Real cartoons. I got 2 of them. So, we got some of those we're going to check out. I'm kind of excited about those because they had cartoons when I was a kid, but getting originals from the 60s are pretty tough. So we've got a few of those. And like I said, this is just what I got Sunday morning. We've still got stuff that I've been gathering up that we haven't even got to. David W. got a Phillips 66 5-gallon last Saturday at an auction. Auctions are great. You never know what you're going to come home with. So just like last week, the stuff we looked at last week on Toy Tuesday with the Panda Bears, I was driving down the street and saw that auction, literally pulled in and got those super cool Panda Bears and some great cans, that Valve or that Haviland rack sign. So you never know. But anyway, glad you guys enjoyed tonight. I had fun with it. I love the pistols. I love the trains. I'm glad you guys did too, and I'm glad you thought it was worth hanging out for and checking it out. So what else is coming up this week? I don't even know. What do you guys want to see? Auburn Court Duesenberg, Meekum, Pioneer Village, new inventory. John watched the International Pick Green Pickup video 4 times. Amy still wants the pandas. The pandas are great. There's no doubt about it. Peter says see you next week. David said to see you Sunday. So, like I said, what do you guys want to see? Pioneer Village, Meekum, Auburn Court Duesenberg. I don't even remember how much stuff I've got shot. It's a lot. So, a lot more stuff coming up. Plus, as always, Sunday night live chat, 7 o'clock Central Time. Hopefully, things will work this week. Last Sunday was a mess. The system was a disaster, and messages were not feeding at all. It was horrible, and it was stressful for me trying to keep track of things and when things aren't working. So But like I said, hopefully this week will be better. Hopefully the system will be better. Number one just says, I'll do all the above. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff in there. I can't dump it all at once. Then there'd be so much stuff to watch, we'd all get lost. So, Shopcat swung by for just a minute and say hi. Glad you did. We'll go ahead and show you the gun, Shopcat, real quick. Just show you what you missed. Oh, yeah. You missed that. Actually, you missed two of them. Original Buck Rogers atomic pistol and the disintegrator. So you want to go back and check those out. That's right, number one trivia 3 minutes after the fact. So yeah, it was literally that bad. We were done, past trivia, over, on to the next segment, down about through the next segment, and number one's answer came through. So yeah, we had some fun tonight with these. But anyway, that being said, I need to get to work. I know a lot of you guys have stuff to do yet tonight. Glad you stopped by. Glad you hung out. We had a lot of fun with the Buck Rogers guns and the trains. We got more cool toys coming up. Hope to see you all next Sunday night at 7 o'clock for Sunday Night Live Chat. Be sure to check out the new videos we've got coming up this week. And hope everybody has a good week. We'll see you Sunday. Thanks for watching.